Hello everyone, my name is Mike Brierton and I'm going to be taking you through our three-part full body strength series. These are going to contain 3 functional positions and movements that you're going to want to know in order to move properly, to check in with your movement and make sure that you are getting stronger within your practice. So, we're going to be going through a body weight hinge today. We're going to be going through a reverse lunge and we're going to be going through a plank position. So, I'm going to walk you through each of those and then we're going to walk through an entire round of them together for about 10 reps or 30 seconds each. Okay? So, let's start with our body weight hinge. First thing that I want you to do is just take a look down at your feet. You can see that I'm not wearing shoes here. If you'd like to join me within that, it's just going to give you a little bit more awareness of what is going on with your feet and your ankles, making sure that we are maintaining a strong arch and that we are setting a good base for our movements. So, if you'd like to join me in that barefoot stance, you can do so now. No worries. If not, that's totally up to you. We're going to get our feet lined up straight ahead underneath our hip points, underneath our shoulder points. So, paying attention to our alignment here. All right, within this hinge movement, I want you to bring your hands to the front of your hips to start. What we're going to do is work on maintaining minimal flexion in our knees, so not allowing our knees to bend very much, and working on maximal flexion in our hips. So, our hinge movement, we want our hips to stay high. We've got our hands on the front of the hips. We're going to push the hips back and start to tip the front upper body forward, trying to maintain a flat back position. All right. From there, you can keep your hands on the hips if that feels comfortable, or extend the hands out in front, or perhaps back behind. Find what feels good within this movement. We're really focusing on what is going on with the hips. Once we're down there for a moment, we will stand back up, finding alignment head to toe. Feet are about hip width apart still. Hips are stacked over the feet, shoulders over the hips, finding that straight alignment again. So we're going to repeat that. We're going to push the hips back, hinging at the hips, keeping the legs long, feeling that stretch on the back of the legs and the hamstrings. As we stand, we want to start to engage the glutes, lifting us up nice and tall. Okay? So, I will continue to walk you through that once we come back to it in our first circuit that we'll walk through together. Let's go through our reverse lunge next. So, for this, I'm going to show you a couple variations so that you can choose what works best for your skill level. And if you want to try a bit more difficult version later, that is totally up to you. You're also welcome to regress later on. So, what I want you to do next is go ahead and set your left foot forward and your right foot back behind you. Alright, we're going to have about 50-50 split of our weight in each foot, and we have a nice strong arch in our front foot, pulling up through that inside of the leg, and we have our back heel lifted so that it's going to allow us to drop down in just a moment. So, both feet are straight. We can start with hands on our hips to begin, and we're going to be dropping our hips straight down towards the ground, trying to hover this back knee maybe 2-3 inches above the ground. So, dropping down into that reverse lunge position, and if you feel comfortable, we're going to stand, bring that back foot up to meet the front foot. All right, we'll repeat that once again, hands on the hips, taking a step back, back heel lifted, feet are straight, and we are dropping down. Good, back knee hovers about 2-3 inches above the ground. We stand back up nice and tall, finding that straight head to toe alignment once again. All right. Once we do that, we'll do the same thing on the other side. With this leg, as it applies to both legs, we want to make sure we're paying attention to our knee and hip alignment. As you're stepping back into that lunge, you want to ensure that your knee is right over your ankle. All right, you may find that it drifts a bit inward or drifts a bit outward. Pay attention to that during each rep and see if you can keep it aligned straight ahead. All right, awesome. We're going to go through our third and final movement, which is really just staying still in a strength position, which is going to be our plank position. All right, so to get ready for this, we're going to want to head down to the ground. If you feel comfortable getting set up in a tabletop position to begin, we've got hands underneath the shoulders. As you can see, we're starting to warm up a little bit, even during this conversation. This is good. And then we are going to, with the hands underneath the shoulders, shoulder width apart, knees underneath the hips to begin. We're going to then want to find engagement in our deep core. So we are hugging the abs up, finding that engagement. This may tuck the hips forward just a bit. That's a good thing. That means that your lower abs are engaging. All right. From there, we'll plant both palms. We're going to extend one leg back, finding a strong position with our feet forward. Heels are spiked straight up towards the sky. From there, we're going to extend the other leg, keeping that core engaged, hip tucked forward, holding that plank position for strength. All right, we're thinking about the crown of the head reaching forward, the heels reaching backward, staying nice and strong through the core. You also have an option to perform this movement on the knees, of course. So if you'd like, you can keep the feet together, knees together, and have a bit of a easier option for our plank position here. Still working on engaging that core, being strong through the upper body. All right? That's going to strengthen a lot of our stability and posture muscles, as well as work on development of our upper body strength. So, now that we've walked through each of those three movements, we're going to go through them once again together for about 10 reps each, or about 30 seconds on that plank position. So, who's ready? We're ready to get going? All right, let's do it. So, we're going to start with that body weight hinge. We're going to do 10 reps together. All right, so we've got feet about hip width apart. Feet are straight ahead. We are working on our alignment with every movement today. We've got our hands in front of our hips, and we are going to keep our back of our legs long. We're hinging at the hips, reaching the chest forward, and standing back up. That's one. We're going to repeat that movement 10 times. 2, 3, maybe trying some different variations with the arms. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, and 10. Very nice job. Good. Take about a breather for about 30 seconds here. Sorry, take a breather for about 30 seconds there. Just catching your breath, grab water if you need it. From here, we're moving to our reverse lunge. So, you're going to have 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. We've got our hands on our hips. We've got our chest tall to start. All right, hands on hips. We are dropping that back knee down towards the ground, paying attention to that front knee. Standing up. That is 1. Stepping back. Standing up. Paying attention to that back heel. Make sure that it is straight up and down towards the sky. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Maybe you try these last 3 with the hands up. 8, 9, and 10. Very nice. All right. I want you to take it away for the other side. I'm going to walk around the room, just checking on the form, see how we're doing. We've got 10 reps. Let's do it. Taking it to that other side of the body. We are starting with 1 foot behind you. Heel is spiked up. Weight's in that front foot. Dropping down. Rising up. Very nice. Stepping that back foot forward. 1 more time. That's 2. Stepping back. Rising up. That's 3. Good. Let's find a little tempo. Rising up. 4. Dropping down. Rising up. 5. Dropping down. Rising up. 6. Good. 7, 8. Very nice. 9. And 10. Really good job. All right. I also want to mention here, if you need to, if you're finding difficulty stepping that back foot up and you want to find a little bit more stability here, just keep that back foot where it is. We can drop down and rise up. Okay? Awesome. Our last one here, we're going through the plank for about 30 seconds. Let's do it. We're dropping down to our tabletop position. Hands underneath shoulders. We're finding that engagement of the deep core, hugging the belly up, hips tucked forward. We'll extend 1 leg back and the other. And we are holding for time here, holding for 30 seconds. Find your strength, find your breath. Pressing firmly through the fingertips, keep that core engaged. Hips tuck forward, squeezing the glutes just a bit. Find 3 more big breaths. Last 5, 4, you got this. 3, 2, 1. Dropping the knees down, sitting back, taking a rest. Very nice, everybody. We just got through our first round. That was great. All right, let's clap it up, take a breather, grab some water. We're gonna come back in just a few minutes.